Hello, everyone, and Merry Christmas. I'm Brad McMullen, along with Hall of Fame football coach Bob Stoops, and here we go, the Bowl Pick'em Show. Coach, literally the best time of year.
Absolutely. Happy holidays to everybody. Merry Christmas. Hope everyone has a fun and safe holiday, and it is. I love these games. Bowl season for me is every day I'm looking which one's on, and it doesn't matter what it is. I love to watch them.
And man, in a bowl game you're very familiar with, you were the head coach in it just a few years ago. The Alamo Bowl will feature the Oklahoma Sooners and the Arizona Wildcats. The Sooners get to start a true freshman quarterback in Gatorade National Player of the Year, Jackson Arnold.
Really excited to see OU play and see us offensively. If not only Jackson Arnold, but Seth Luttrell, Joe John Finley, the coordinators, and Seth calling the plays. I believe it will be, and what that's going to look like. To me, they've had these few weeks to work up to it, and I imagine there'll be some wrinkles, which is great. And great Arizona team, Jedd Fisch and their staff, what they've done at Arizona. Really impressive, and I've watched them, a couple, 3 times through the year, and really a strong, good football team. So this will be a big challenge for us.
Yeah, rarely for the Sooners. Only one time this year were they an underdog. Make that twice, because they will now be an underdog by 3.5 points against Arizona. And you mentioned this, Coach. This is an Arizona team that far surpassed expectations, but they've been sound on both sides of the ball.
Really good. Like you said, every part of the game, they've been solid in what they do. Defense has been strong. They run and throw it well. And I think, too, you have to look at the Pac-12 through this year. They've been a strong conference,
yes,
up and down. The Oregon teams, Oregon State as well as Oregon, Washington State,
yeah,
and what Arizona's done, and so sometimes you might say, oh, well, maybe the competition hasn't been good, but it has been for them, and heck, took USC to the wire, to overtime, and so bottom line, they're a really good team, and we'll have to play well.
And I think what's exciting for me is in these practices, these vital practices for some of the younger players that haven't had the opportunity to be depended on, are going to get that chance to be depended on in this game.
Yeah, definitely. This is a big deal. Whatever players are out, that other guys get their opportunities right away. Jackson Arnold, we already talked about. So definitely there'll be more of those guys that have to step up and play. But they've had a couple weeks to work on it and to get ready for it, and they should be ready for it. But it'll be a big challenge. It'll be a heck of a game.
Yeah. Again, Oklahoma. In a neutral site game, the underdog in this one by 4 points. Coach, your thoughts? Sooners going to win?
I'm going, of course. You don't even need to ask me. I'm going to go with the Sooners, and I'm going to take them to cover. I just believe in our staff and what they're doing, but we'll be ready for the challenge of it.
Yeah, I love Oklahoma in this game. Here's my reason why. I think defensively, we've just gotten better and better. Going to be healthier. I think getting a lot of those guys back, and I think there's going to be excitement on the offensive side of the ball by the coaching staff, and to see Jackson Arnold play.
And the players,
really special player.
I believe the players will know too. This is different. Let's step up for them. Step up for everybody. When you have to, and hopefully we'll be able to play well.
Yeah, and again, it's Oklahoma that's showing up. Again, a great roster of talent in that bowl game. All right, let's talk about the Final Four. Alabama, Michigan in the Rose Bowl. Michigan favored by 1 point in this game. Alabama, the last time they were an underdog, that was against Georgia in the SEC championship game, a game that they won by double digits.
This is tough, but I can't pick against Alabama. Michigan's undefeated. They've been strong, played tough, but I don't believe they've played as tough a schedule overall at all as Alabama has. Alabama had the hiccup with Texas, but they haven't had another one. And the SEC championship game convinced me. After watching that, I'm like, wow, man, these guys are going to be tough to beat.
Yeah, and Alabama with time off, Nick Saban, just go look at that record. They're pretty darn good when they have time to prepare for a team. I like Alabama in this game. I just think they're better top to bottom talent-wise. I think Michigan's a very good football team. The other thing I can't get out of my mind is the way TCU played last year against Michigan on the big stage. Maybe it was pressure, maybe it was just being new to that climate. Alabama is no stranger to the big stage.
No, that's exactly right. And yeah, that there's a difference, and they've been in it, and I just think overall they've been tested more throughout the year, and do believe that matters.
All right, the other semifinal game in the Sugar Bowl, you have the Texas Longhorns. Their only loss to Oklahoma, playing Washington, undefeated Washington, who beat Texas last year in the bowl game. This is going to be a great game for college football fans to watch.
Really is. Washington, I've been so impressed with, and everyone thought they were underdog against Oregon. They can't do it again, and they sure did. They beat them again, and a really good Oregon team. And this has nothing to do with being Texas. Just because they beat Oregon the way they did twice, and from what I understand, there's still all their pieces are in place. I'm going to take Washington to beat Texas.
Yeah, Washington is an underdog by 4 points. I like your pick. I can never pick Texas. I'm sorry, I just can't. Going with Washington to win, be cheering on the Huskies. I'll probably get a jersey or something.
Or I might say Texas will win, but it won't be by more than 4. It'll be under 4, in my opinion. I think it's going. I've just been so impressed with. Listen, I've been impressed with Texas too, especially down the stretch here, but Washington, the big games and the way their conference is played this year impresses me.
Yeah, and I know Danny Stutzman made a lot of money off of T-shirt sales after the Texas game. I've got a great idea for him. Put Texas, your best year in a long time, you still lost to OU. Make that T-shirt. It's a good one. All right, Texas Bowl, Texas A&M, Oklahoma State. A&M favored by 3 points against Oklahoma State. Oklahoma State, which team shows up? Is it the team that played UCF or the team that played Oklahoma? If it's the team that played Oklahoma, take Oklahoma State. If it's a team that played UCF, I'd take anybody else.
I like Oklahoma State here. A lot of reasons. I think they'll have something to prove. They'll be fired up to play. They've done a really good job. They've figured their offense out kind of early mid-year, and they've rolled since. And I know it horrible Big 12 championship game, but I believe they'll have something to prove after that. And A&M losing their O coordinator, I think that matters a little bit. Yep. It matters a lot, So I take Oklahoma State here.
Yeah, this is a game, if you're a gambler, run from it because you have no idea what's actually going to happen. I think Oklahoma State's going to win. I think Oklahoma State will stay within that 3 points because of what you said. I think Mike Gundy is a great football coach. I think he's going to find a way to build up his players through these practices to get that win. But like many times Oklahoma State plays, they're playing a team that actually has more talent than them. But that doesn't always equate to wins for Texas A&M or somebody would still have a job, Jimbo Fisher. All right, for Coach Stoops, I'm Brad McMullen, reminding everyone for videos anytime, just tap on our video link. Happy holidays, everybody.